Hey, George!
Hey, Richard!
Being your first video with us,
Yeah,
what are you making for us today?
I am going to make a mango salsa.
Nice!
Yeah. Alright, so
strategy what we do.
this mango salsa, and I'm sure this is true of most salsas, is pretty variable in terms of being able to change how you like it. If you want a more thicker salsa, you want chunk in your salsa, if you want, you don't want fruit at all, it's okay to admit that. There are some things that you definitely want in your salsas. And that would be...
And what would those be?
Those would be tomato, right? And we'll talk about tomato
Right.
in the proper proportion.
Tomato
in
and
just a
tomato.
little bit,
Which one do you
right?
use?
Yeah. Oh, both.
Oh, the dice
And
is
look,
tomato.
look, this is tomato, that's tomato.
Okay.
Right.
I'm learning stuff.
You need peppers. And so if we look here, we've got some serrano pepper, we've got some jalapeno, we have the chipotle peppers in the adobo sauce, important ingredient for this particular salsa. Right? So, I mean, quite obviously, if you're going to add fruit, well, this might not be obvious, you're going to add fruit, take away from your tomato. So as you add more fruit to it, if you want it really fruity, then you need less tomato. Onion is also very important.
How does the fruit affect the acidity of the tomato?
Well, it depends on the fruit you're using. Because if you're using pineapple, you're going to add a lot more acid.
Oh, yes, you will. Yeah,
Right.
True.
But you're not using that today.
I'm not using pineapple.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
All
We're
right.
going to do some mango today. And I'm sure that you could add any kind of, what was it you said, Bruce? Stone fruit?
Stone
Yes.
fruit.
Yes.
Stone fruit.
In this particular, if you wanted a peach salsa, if you wanted a nectarine salsa, you could do all those things here. Just remember that you don't want to go, you don't want to upset the flavor of your fruit by having too much tomato, which is also acidic itself. All right, so then also cilantro. And with this recipe, since we're doing more than a gallon of salsa, you're going to have 2 bunches of cilantro. Now, for this particular recipe, I'm doing something new that actually I hadn't done actually in a long time, and that is to actually grill and get a char on some of these, the fruit and the peppers and the onions.
And why are you doing that?
To get extra flavor. You want a
Thank
little bit
you.
more flavor to it. So I'm going to actually,
We're grilling him for his first video.
right? Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm ready for you guys. Right.
Good.
George is going to explain this stuff like much better than me because he's a teacher.
And the other thing is, I can talk too much, so I'm sure most of this is going to be edited out of this.
And he speaks proper English.
Wow, he's also faster at it than either one of us.
He's energized.
I know.
What's great about the chopping of this, and you have to kind of, I'm going to say this ahead of time as far as getting prep work done with this, is if you're doing the charring, you're gonna cut them in pieces that you get the char on chunks, basically big chunks, flat chunks, especially the fruit. If you do pineapple, you'd go ahead and peel the pineapple skin off, and you would do big round sections of it by crossing it this way and grilling those. The
Because
onion.
you don't want to fall apart, right?
No. Yeah, you don't want to make it. A lot of people think that in making salsa that you would cut everything the way you see salsa, the finished product, but you don't, because you're going to eventually blend with a blender the ingredients, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But, and here's the thing: you want chunk salsa, then you take some of those ingredients out and you chop them yourself to the size you want them, which is what we're going to do, and go ahead and use the blender for the rest of it. So
I got a question for you.
all right.
Where'd you get this recipe?
The what?
Where did you get this recipe?
This recipe was handed down by a friend of mine who I played poker with for a long time. Should I name drop?
Yeah.
All right, his name's Corbin Sturl.
Oh, Corbin. I know Corbin.
Yep. And he gave me that recipe.
Now you gotta get him to sign up and subscribe to him.
All right, I'm gonna tell him. He called it salsa a la Corbino, and I modified it in such a way that I call it salsa Giorgino. All those charcoals are looking good.
Oh yeah.
So America.
Oh no, you gotta come up with your own. You don't get to steal mine.
Dudes and dudettes.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
How about comrades?
Comrades.
No.
If
No,
you-
no.
that one too.
Not on a salt.
How about I don't take any advice from Richard?
Yes.
So the next thing we have to talk about here is pepper choice. And of course we have jalapeno and serrano. Could you use other peppers?
Absolutely.
You absolutely could. You could use, if you want to go up to habanero, you want to put some ghost pepper in, you want to really spice it up, you can do that. You can also regulate your heat by not using the seeds and the ribs inside as well. If you want to go really mild, you can substitute all these for poblano. And if you want to roast the poblano, you even get a nice char on that as well. Those are nice big peppers. You can even go with bell pepper if you want to substitute these peppers as well.
How they do the chili rellenos, they char the outer skin on those things.
Relleno?
Relleno.
Relleno?
Hey, what is it?
No, I have
It's
to.
a relleno.
Sorry.
Okay, that's what I said.
You live in Southeast Texas.
I said that.
No, you didn't. You called it a relleno.
Which is?
Whose name is that? I don't know.
Double L is pronounced as a Y.
Yeah.
Relleno.
No, there's no L. It's Rihanna.
All right, for
You know, there's just no helping some people.
No.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
I
you
don't
gotta-
tell you how to speak English. Don't tell me. I can't even say the word. I can't even say it.
So you're gonna cut these in half before you grill
I'm
them?
gonna cut them because I'm gonna actually do the de-seeding and veining because we're gonna do all that. Do we have an oil? An oil would be good.
Olive oil. Olive oil.
So what I'm doing now is I'm getting all the ribs and all of the seeds out. If you want to throw all that in, yeah, you're definitely multiplying the spice factor. Okay, cool. All right, so at this step here, get yourself an oil. I'm putting everything in one place and kind of coating everything, and then we'll go straight to the grill from there. So just a little bit here, just enough to coat. Get everything in, get your fruit.
Going all manual there.
Oh yeah. Put your hand on everything there. Yeah. What men do. That's why they call it manual labor. Alright. The onions, you want to kind of make sure you're not upsetting them too much so that they separate out, but try and keep them together if you can. And let's go to the grill. I'm going to throw everything here on. I will flip those over.
I mean, that would work too.
Hey, you do whatever you want to do. That's what you do anyway.
That's right.
You don't pay attention to what I say
Yeah,
anyway.
you know why? Because it's America. And hello, America.
Put your peppers across the grill, cross the grate, okay?
Instead of dropping
Instead of especially these serranos, which are small and will fit through the grate. You gotta be pretty careful of that.
So you're telling me you got one down in there?
I do.
Damn it, man.
I know.
Yeah.
This is.
Oh, it's not like Bruce hasn't done that before in the video.
That's not the point here. I'm not the one doing the
It's
video.
my turn. Come on, man.
I love the fucking Schoolhouse Rock shirt, by the way.
I saw that and I thought, oh, dude. I sure wish I had a shirt like that.
I know. Damn.
We have char. Not as much char as I'd like. The timing. Get as much char as you want on the peppers, the onions, and your fruit if you want it. This is new to some people here. This little doodad we got at Kroger, I think, or something. And what it is, it allows you to separate things that have stems and the leaves from the stems. It's basically a ripper. And not only that, it also has an edge to it, so you can actually cut.
No, that's whiskey.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
see there?
It has a knife blade kind of edge to it too.
That's
so
actually cool.
You
I
do
did
all
I
that
did not
together.
expect you to be able to just cut that off like that.
Cut it right off without
with
the knife.
that.
Rips through it.
Damn.
And then, so the general rule is this: if you have a large piece like this, and of course this doesn't even look worth it, does it? But if you actually threw that through, and you put it here, right, it actually rips off the leaves so that you're left with stems that are toothpick or less. Toothpick width or less.
I see a leaf left.
Yep.
Are you gonna go smaller? Or
Gotta
you
go
just
smaller.
gonna take it off?
You gotta go smaller.
It's
So when you go smaller,
oh, you want
and it went right through. This is gonna stay in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have to see how this thing works.
Okay. All right. So what you want is like.
George's got to put it
Yeah,
down.
I'm not sold yet, George.
He's not sold yet.
No, I'm not either.
All right, George, put it down to your penis size.
I mean, the way it was explained, it sounds really good. But
It
I'm not
did. It
sold
sounded
yet.
awesome. And then it rips off the
But
leaves.
boy, we're really not working very well.
No, it's not.
George, I'll edit a little bit of it out.
Now, I did see one of these work, and it looked like it worked really well.
Where is this going?
Going in.
The pool!
The pool? Or the hot tub?
Or the hot tub.
I don't know. This
What's
is
your-
the first time that both of you have to make a
What's
decision.
your word?
Well,
Hot tub.
yeah, the water's hot.
Water's hot.
Hot tub.
Okay, we're gonna both vote hot tub.
All right.
2 thumbs up for hot tub.
For hot tub. Tub.
All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm in a plastic thing. I'm going to be very careful not cutting this plastic, but I'm just going to run a knife through these this way just to get some of these chunks.
George, the throwaway, if you cut through, it's okay.
Ah, see, I have permission.
I'm done.
Load on your cilantro
And
board,
right now I'm going to
It'll be
say
easier to work with when you can work around it.
the part that Cindy's going to see.
Oh, right, yeah.
George, the part Cindy's going to see. George, don't cut through that.
What are you doing?
No, that's a great idea because you don't want it real huge, but you don't need a dice.
No, you don't need a dice. You just chunk it, and then it'll cook down to be even softer later. And then if you want chunk, you're going to take some of those out.
He also said chunk.
Chunk! All right, so we're going to actually put these where?
We're mature. In the hot
In
tub.
the hot tub. We're going to get our tomatoes. And we're just going to chunk them.
So you know what's allowed here, though, Rich? Us, because we decided to do this, so we can act as stupid as we need to.
Hell yeah.
We, the peanut gallery, get to be here.
It's part of the whole deal.
That's,
I know what I signed up for.
yeah, well, that's good.
We even had an additional peanut gallery today. Hey, hell, your wife's coming. At some point.
No, we don't allow that peanut gallery.
Oh, yeah. She gets it, she has to go inside. She talks way too much.
And does she watch these?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That's absolutely wonderful.
She hasn't made fun of me yet over it.
I don't know if she'd comment.
She will now.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sure she will
I
now.
just expect her in person to make fun of me.
All right, so at this point, you're going to let this boil and let this reduce if you want to reduce the water down as much as you want. But let it cook in there for however long you feel you want to blend all those together. What I say in the ingredient in the recipe is go by smell, go by look, don't go by time.
What do you normally go by? So,
An hour.
I like them to take an hour.
So
An hour.
here's what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay. I would go by taste.
Right, taste.
But that's just me.
You know, salsa's boiled down.
And what does it look like thickness-wise?
Let's take a look at this. So if you look here, what we have is what used to be water.
Yeah, but let's do this here.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Okay, so
We see how we
It's still-
thickened up.
it's still pretty viscous, right?
Right,
That's the new word of the day now.
viscous.
Viscous.
We like it. And when we blend it, those solids are just going to add
Right, it's gonna thicken up.
It's gonna thicken up even more.
Awesome.
And so here at this point, you got to make a decision. How much chunk do you want in your salsa? If you want a lot of chunk, you're going to have to take that out before you blend it, especially in a blender like this.
Can you have too much chunk in your trunk?
You can't have too much chunk in your trunk. That's according to me. Now, the salsa you buy, right? You make the decision at the store what you want. You want chunky salsa, you want medium, you want mild, you want hot. You make those decisions on your preference. And so with this recipe, you have an allowance for this. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually putting solids that I want to put back in. Not a chipotle pepper though.
Why not?
Well, that would be one heck of a spice ball in your mouth if you pick that up with a chip. Because I'm cutting them on this cutting board. And the point is here...
Oh, this is the chunky part.
Right, this is chunky, so...
Okay.
Yeah,
so
you don't want full...
No.
Chipotle peppers in
Okay,
there.
so you're taking some of this out so you can dice it up.
Correct. So
and
they'll
put
be
it
good
in
chunks.
after
Right.
you blend. That's a great
Right.
idea.
So what I'll do is you put your solids in some kind of a container that you can actually get the liquid back out without getting rid of the solid, so you can actually strain it
Oh, okay.
in the container, right?
What a great idea,
Put
yeah.
that liquid back in,
Right.
right, and then get your solids on here.
Cool.
Then at that point, you start filling up your blender because you're blending the rest.
Well, let's do that.
All right.
Do it.
At this point,
I was wondering why the pitcher, but now I understand it.
and the pitcher is also so I can take some of this home.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you want to get rid of the liquid.
Yeah, you don't want it all sitting here.
George didn't bring a beer. This is sponsored by the Dallas Blonde. I'm not gonna give you any information. I'm just gonna drink it. But that's what you get, America.
This sponsored by Drunken Rich.
Woohoo! I think most videos would be sponsored by Drunken Rich.
I do too. I so agree with that. Because then they won't be sponsored by Drunken Bruce.
So now at this point,
Off we go.
off we go. So when I'm putting all this in,
Not blender.
So that's true. There's only one.
all right.
It doesn't belong there.
All right, so
Fire it up.
got this up, got that in, locked in place, and it's not working. Power. There's a power button.
Yes.
It is about.
Our Ninja is the RX, so it's just, and there's one button.
There's
no on button either.
Just
It's
for smoothies and
Plug it in. Yeah, it'll emulsify. It doesn't have the triple
Wow.
blades like this.
shit. Yeah, because it's.
I guess I spent more money than you guys did.
Probably did.
What, you got the stupid duper ninja?
Well, mine has the dial on it, so you can just twist the dial and get the speed as slow or as fast as you want.
So take a look at the consistency of that salsa there, and you see how thick that was coming in out of the blender. Take a look here. We pour that in. You'll see the consistency.
Well, yeah, that looks awesome.
Take a break here
No, the camera's going
and
on.
get
Well,
this,
you know,
get this
don't-
chunk chopped. On the cutting board. Labor of love.
Oh yeah, no, I love this. 'Cause
Anything worth doing.
Worth-
Labor of love.
I love this because I love doing things that are they take a while, and you have to go through all this stuff. But man, at the end,
All right, folks, finished product. We have some chips. If you're interested in actually taking a little
well, give us a
sample.
try. me and my beer get up there.
All right.
Tell me what you think.
We got my
We've got the scoop.
little Tostito scoop. Yeah, spice content's up. Of course, you get that naturally with the chipotle,
Right.
but it doesn't. It's not overpowering. Salt content, sodium is down on this. It could be something you could increase if you want a little bit more of a salty salsa. You can do that
probably,
yourself.
If you like it, you can probably salt your chip.
Right, you can actually, if you do, that's a good solve, is to use, my favorite salty chip is Julio's. You can get them at HEB. That might be good for the recipe as is. You taste the peppers. I'm getting a little bit of
You get the
mango.
hit. You get the hit of cilantro
Yeah, you definitely get the cilantro.
and
I don't taste any of the fruit.
some tomato. I'm not tasting any
Not mango.
of the mango.
Yeah, we could increase the yield on the mango.
I think so. Yeah, or decrease the other stuff, but
Yep.
you,
Less
need,
tomato maybe.
you need more mango in here
Yeah.
because I'm not feeling it. But
I'm liking the heat. I'm liking tomato. I mean, it's salsa.
I mean, well, there's a little sweetness in the background. You can't really tell what it is,
Right.
but the sweetness is there. So
Overall, in my mind, it's a pretty solid salsa.
it is. It's solid. I really like this. I'm good. This is a great salsa. It's got a nice hit of heat. The tomato, of course, and the onion, and it's got a touch of sweetness in the background.
Yeah.
I really wish.
I'm wondering if that's the mango, because
It is.
really out of anything that's in there, the mango would add the sweetness.
Right. I think so. It's not pronounced enough.
No, it isn't.
I think
If we increased it, we'd taste. You'd say that's a mango salsa if you had a blind taste.
I think you need a couple of more mangoes.
Yeah.
It's aromatic.
When it was cooking, oh man.
That would be aromatic, but good
That's
job.
why
Good job for trying.
I was about to come back with aromatic. Aromatic. I can't walk back with
No, you weren't.
I was gonna try.
So,
Aromatic. I can say it in American.